Now on 4 News Now, we are learning more about the shooting in Pullman over the weekend. The person police were searching for now saying it was in self-defense.
Fall begins with summer-like warmth, but I'm tracking a strong cold front and a fire weather watch in the first alert forecast.
And the Arc of Spokane speaks out, reacting to President Trump's claim about a link between a popular painkiller and autism. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The University of Washington student accused of shooting a Washington State football player this weekend is now in custody in King County. His attorney sharing a video tonight claiming it shows the shooter act in self-defense. Let's get straight to Hunter Bertram. He has that video to share with us.
Yeah, Kirsten, Derek, Pullman police say Sone Falialo, a Cougars offensive lineman, was shot in the stomach early Sunday morning by 20-year-old Ja'Cory Buchanan, a UW student. Falialo claims before being shot, he was helping a woman who was assaulted by Buchanan. Falialo is now recovering at home after surgery to remove the bullet. A new video tonight sent to us by the shooter's attorney. It shows the moment the trigger was pulled. However, not the minutes that led up to the shooting. In a moment, we will show you the video. It is not bloody or gory, and Falialo is going to be okay, which is why we're choosing to show you it. Seen here as the recording starts, it shows an argument on a porch where a woman swings at a man in a white shirt, identified by the shooter's attorney as the shooter's cousin. A group of men then get involved, including Falialo. Falialo then takes a man to the ground, appearing to be the shooter's cousin. Moments later, Buchanan grabs a gun and shoots Falialo in the side. Parts of the video have been muted for language. Here's the moment the shooting happened. I spoke with Buchanan's attorney today.
These weren't two kids going to cause problems in Pullman. They went to watch football.
Ronnie Ray, the shooter's attorney, claims Buchanan's cousin suffered a collapsed lung from the fight. His mother spoke on his condition today.
He's healing. He's trying to get better. We're waiting on some more x-rays. They tried to really harm my son. If they would have hit him anymore, they would have killed him.
I asked as well why Buchanan had a gun and if it was his. Buchanan's attorney could not provide those answers. Per the police report, Falialo told officers he was at the party to work security. And Kirsten, Derek, Pullman police tell me today they are still investigating and conducting interviews with witnesses about what happened. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. Turning our attention now to our first alert weather forecast.
And Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker here with a look at conditions now.
Well, it is a beautiful evening. Looking over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, the Spokane County Courthouse, 75 degrees right now. We did make it above average today. You do not have much more time to enjoy this beautiful evening. Sunset is less than 45 minutes away, but it is going to be gorgeous. Temperatures will drop quickly. 71 degrees at 7 o'clock with clear skies, light winds. We'll be in the 60s by 9, 57 at 11 o'clock. Another good night to open up the windows and enjoy some cool sleeping weather. There are some changes coming in the forecast. Now, tomorrow is going to be even warmer than today. A warm and sunny Wednesday. We're starting to see some wildfire smoke making its way back into the region. A little bit tomorrow, even more as we get into Thursday and Friday as a strong cold front moves through the area. It's going to pick up our winds and usher some smoke in from the east. The west, and there is a fire weather watch for Thursday as well. I'll tell you all about it and have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Chris. Nearly $100,000 in damages are reported at a car dealership on 3rd Avenue.
And police say they have a suspect in custody. Here are some photos of the damage. Officers responded to a call saying damage was caused to several cars at that dealership. When reviewing security footage of the damage, police identified the suspect and then found her the following day wearing the same clothes as in the video. Police say the cost of the damage is an early estimate, which could actually be much higher.
Planned Parenthood of Greater Washington and North Idaho warns that without a plan to secure state funding, they may have to close their doors within a year. Today, State Senator Marcus Riccelli and others urged community members to support Planned Parenthood. Riccelli claims that federal Medicaid restrictions have cut off funding for the organization, harming patients who rely on its services and threatening health care in Eastern Washington.
Our safety net healthcare providers are already at capacity and unprepared to handle seeing all of the Planned Parenthood patients that will flood the system. Washington must remain a place where access to essential healthcare is vigorously protected.
Governor Bob Ferguson said that Washington will provide funding for the next year to cover the gap until a better solution is reached in the legislative session. Senator Riccelli warns that Planned Parenthood services are on the chopping block.
The Trump administration's announcement claiming a link between the use of Tylenol during pregnancy and autism has sparked an uproar from both medical experts and organizations. One local group advocating for people with disabilities is taking a stand. Our Alexandra Conyart spoke with them today and joins us in studio with their reaction.
Derek and Kirsten, the Arc of Spokane is calling out public officials to stop spreading what they call misinformation. As the organization says, this announcement from the Trump administration has serious impacts both on people who are autistic and their families. The Arc is a nationwide organization that has a chapter here in Spokane. It released a statement yesterday on how autism research must be grounded in science, not stigma, and that the recent claims have failed both autistic people and the families who love them.
To all the parents, even though out there, I just want to know that you didn't cause your child's autism. You are wonderful. You are a wonderful parent and advocate to your child. So never feel like you're a burden or your child's a burden.
Taylor Chris works there. She has autism and has a child with a diagnosis. She is urging for more focus on support and resources for people with autism rather than the claims public officials are making right now. The Trump administration says it plans to take action on these claims by updating labels on acetaminophen, the main ingredient in Tylenol. While we will have more on how physicians are reacting to that later in the show. In studio tonight, Alexandra Conyart, 4 News Now.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. After a weekend of debate, Jimmy Kimmel Live is set to return tonight.
But it doesn't come without controversy. One broadcasting company still refusing to air the program. We'll tell you why that company made the call not to air the show coming up.
And up next, President Trump meeting with the United Nations General Assembly today, and at points taking an adversarial stance. The tense meeting after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
This week, all CalCars locations are closing out the month with huge savings to help you upgrade your ride.
Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
And $44 down is all you need. This week at Cal.
How do you think this commercial should start?
A calming melody, and it says like what it's like to have an early savings account as a kid, and the star of the commercial will be me.
My mom taught me the importance of saving, and I wanted to pass that on to my kids.
It's cool because every month you get to put money in your early savings account.
Do you think you'll make a budget for yourself one day?
Totally.
Join today at becu.org/earlysaver.
At Parker Toyota, we've got an SUV for every lifestyle, from the legendary Land Cruiser to the spacious Highlander and the ever-versatile RAV4. Your next adventure starts here.
And with the largest SUV selection in the Northwest, Parker Toyota has what you're looking for on the lot today. With Toyota's world-class reliability and top-tier value, your SUV isn't just ready for the road, it's ready for the long haul.
See our great selection of SUVs at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
If you like your Broadway hot, you'll love the musical blockbuster the New York Times calls a supersized all-out song and dance spectacular. Some Like It Hot. Playing September 23rd through 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
Well, President Donald Trump today speaking to more than 150 world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly about America and himself, and also promising to broker peace overseas.
He also took jabs at the UN, accusing it of not living up to its promise. ABC's Rena Roy is at the United Nations headquarters in New York City.
President Trump center stage before the world today, addressing the United Nations General Assembly. At times, the president stern and combative, even attacking the UN and doubling down on his immigration policy, highlighting his administration's mass deportation efforts.
If you come illegally into the United States, you're going to jail or you're going back to where you came from, or perhaps even further.
Trump claiming what he calls uncontrolled migration crisis, saying it's ruining European countries.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
He also took jabs at the very body he was speaking to, accusing the UN of not living up to its promise.
All they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words. And empty words don't solve war.
But later telling the UN Secretary General that the U.S. stands behind the organization.
I may disagree with it sometimes, but I am so behind it because I think the potential for peace with this institution is so great.
Trump painting himself as the peacemaker, calling to end the wars in Gaza and Ukraine, also calling for hostages to be released in Gaza, but saying he opposes recognizing a Palestinian state.
The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities.
Between Russia and Ukraine, Trump again threatening additional sanctions to pressure Putin to end the war and urged European leaders to do the same. The president meeting in person today with Ukrainian President Zelensky, who agreed more pressure and sanctions against Russia are needed.
Your idea, and I want to discuss it, how to stop some countries from Europe, how to stop the possibility to buy Russian oil and gas.
The president encouraged world leaders to reject policies geared towards fighting climate change, falsely claiming, quote, it is the greatest con job ever. The president's claims in stark contrast to well-known climate assessments. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Major medical groups are responding to the Trump administration's warning against taking Tylenol while pregnant. The White House saying the drug may be linked to an increased risk of autism, but several medical organizations are concerned the administration could discourage women from taking the drug when they need it and when it's safe to do so. At least 10 organizations, including the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the American Academy of Pediatrics, are criticizing the administration, saying acetaminophen crucially helps lower fevers, which, if gone untreated, can end pregnancies. By comparison, pregnant women are discouraged from taking another common painkiller, ibuprofen, which is known to increase the risk of miscarriage.
There was a study that was done in Sweden where they looked over a 25-year period at 2.5 million children to see whether or not Tylenol taken during pregnancy increased the risk of autism. And it didn't. And more importantly, they did it the right way because they did the so-called sibling control. So they looked at mothers who took Tylenol during one pregnancy but not another. So you could compare those two pregnancies. And again, it found that there was no relationship between taking Tylenol and developing autism.
The stock price for Tylenol's parent company dropped immediately after the president's announcement yesterday, but has since recovered.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel is returning to late night after his comments in the wake of the Charlie Kirk shooting. Disney, the parent company of ABC News, had suspended Kimmel's show indefinitely. The move igniting a nationwide debate about political pressure and protecting free speech. But not all ABC stations will be airing his show tonight. ABC's Perry Russum has the details.
Overnight, Jimmy Kimmel's competitor Stephen Colbert reacting to the news. Kimmel is returning to late night TV.
We got word that our long
national late nightmare is over. And plus, now that Jimmy's not being canceled, I get to enjoy this again.
Disney ABC announcing the decision after pausing the show indefinitely following comments Kimmel made last week about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Disney saying, last Wednesday we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. The temporary pause came after FCC Chairman Brendan Carr appeared to threaten action against local broadcasters who aired Kimmel's show.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead.
Yesterday, Carr denied threatening to revoke the licenses of ABC stations that aired Kimmel's show, saying instead Disney made a business decision to take the comedian off the air.
That takes place between local television stations that are licensed by the FCC and what we call national programmers like Disney. They work that out, and there doesn't need to be any involvement of the FCC.
Sinclair, one of the biggest owners of network TV affiliates, says it still will not air the show despite Kimmel's reinstatement. The company saying discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. Perry Russum, ABC News, New York.
Warm and sunny on Wednesday, a high temperature of 82. 71 is our average high. We have a strong cold front on the way for Thursday. I'll let you know how that's going to impact your end of the week weather after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Colville Toyota.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Discover fall Coeur d'Alene getaways starting at just $249.
Some drive an Acura for the performance, others for the innovation. At AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley, you can drive one today. Right now, you can take advantage of a new 2025 Acura ADX for only $398 a month. That's the luxury and style of a new ADX for just $398 a month. Hurry in to AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley. What drives you drives us.
Andes Heating and Cooling has been providing service for all your heating and cooling needs since 1972. Andes specializes in all commercial service and maintenance. Planned preventative maintenance can decrease repair costs by 12 to 16%, extend the life of your equipment, and lower energy costs by as much as 50%. Maintenance contracts and emergency service are available for commercial buildings. Turn to the experts. Andes Heating and Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Ex-NFL star Mel Owens. On the football field, he wasn't afraid of anything. But what about now as the new Golden Bachelor? Tomorrow, in his first live interview, the new Golden Bachelor opens up about his search for love on Good Morning America.
Well, it is finally starting to get a little cooler in the inland Northwest.
Let's toss things over to Chris Crocker for a look at our forecast for the rest of this week, Chris.
A little bit cooler and then a little bit warmer tomorrow. We're heading right back up into the 80s. Right now, temperatures have been running above average today, but not by much. We're in the 70s in Spokane. What a beautiful sunset right now, watching that sun slip behind the horizon. Here's the view over the Veterans Memorial Bridge, and I-90 near Coeur d'Alene. It is 76 degrees in Coeur d'Alene with clear skies. Although things are looking pretty good out there, our air quality has slipped from good just into the very low end of the moderate range. And we are going to start to see some more air quality challenges for tomorrow. Here's a look at air quality throughout the region. There is just that little bit of yellow right around Spokane. Some spots where we have moderate air quality, and then things go downhill as we get closer to the Wenatchee area, and that's where we have some really large fires burning that have grown quite a bit this week. The Lower Sugarloaf, which is over 28,000 acres, and the Labor Mountain Fire, which is over 11,000 acres, and that has been sending smoke into the Columbia Basin and into the Northeast Mountains, and it is going to continue to seep to the east before it gets a more impressive push on Thursday. Strong cold front coming through. Here's 5 o'clock on Thursday. This front's going to be switching our winds to a more westerly direction. That's going to allow some of that smoke to come into Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but it's also going to bring new concerns about fire danger. We have a fire weather watch for Thursday afternoon and evening for the area shaded in red on your screen for wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour, as well as the low relative humidity. Temperatures are going to drop behind our front. We'll be in the 80s the next couple of days, and then down to 70 Friday. We'll warm up a little bit and then really cool down next week, with the hope of some precipitation, which we really need. So taking a look at your planning forecast, breezy on Thursday, to a lesser extent on Friday, not as breezy, a high of 70. We see mid-70s for the weekend, and then there's that chance of precipitation. Right now, a 40% chance of rain on Tuesday. It's a ways away, but it is looking more and more likely, so stay tuned. We're hoping for that. In the meantime, beautiful, warm Wednesday, warm on Thursday before we cool back down into the 70s. Kirsten.
All right, thank you, Chris. And our extreme team has been hard at work this week.
That's right, making renovations to a vital nonprofit. We showed you some of the upgrades yesterday, and we'll show you the work today coming up.
And even more good news for another nonprofit. We'll tell you about the sizable donation Maddie's Place just accepted after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Honda.
Winning a new GMC Canyon at Northern Quest is not without its drawbacks, like jealous neighbors, unsolicited questions about towing capacity, and sudden requests to help move a couch really quick. But something tells us you'll get over it. It's Northern Quest's $160,000 Grander Canyon giveaway. Don't miss the grand prize drawing this Monday with Dave, Ken, and Molly, plus our Canyon Tailgate pre-party with food and drink specials starting at 2, only at Northern Quest.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
It's RAV4 season at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year with great financing.
Plus, take advantage of low monthly lease payments available now. This week at Findlay.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make players celebrate like winners, or make 2 move like 1. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
This month's Extreme Team, Miriam's House, part of Transitional Living Center. We're going to help more women get help as they transition to a better living. Plus, we're going to give them a little more room to have it more like home. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Well, some great news for an area nonprofit.
Maddie's Place announcing this afternoon it's receiving a $500,000 donation. This money coming courtesy of the Vista Foundation and the Genova Foundation. It'll go toward improving the facility, including investing in a new HVAC system for the building. Maddie's Place provides care for substance-exposed infants and children.
And of course, our Extreme Team helped out Maddie's Place. And here's another really amazing project. Yesterday, we showed you the start of a special project our Extreme Team is doing at Miriam's House, which is a home on the South Hill for women who are transitioning out of homelessness. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards takes us inside the place and shares how it's helping women through recovery.
Every day of the week, the women here at Miriam's House gather at this table for dinner. They rotate who makes the meals. While that might seem like something small, it goes a long way and gives them a sense of stability and community.
I've always heard that the meals are the thing that the ladies hate when they first move in, and it's what they miss when they move out.
That's Jessica Burke. She's the development director for Transitions, the organization that runs Miriam's House, a transitional home for women. Many of them are recovering from substance abuse or have survived domestic violence. How they describe it?
It's a wonderful place.
Amy Oxier is one of the 10 women who lives at Miriam's House. When you walk inside, you'll see this sign called Miriam's Healing Recipe. It lays out the heart of the program, what's expected of the women, and what they can expect in return. Towards the end, it reads, smooth with lots of unconditional love, something that for Amy has felt very real.
I've experienced warmth and love. Everything that I need to live with, all my clothing, my shampoo, everything is provided for me here.
Each woman here works with a case manager who helps them find stable housing. Until then, this place is home. Seeing the Extreme Team come in, not just to improve the space, but make it beautiful, has had a big impact.
It's pretty special and phenomenal to see.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
And of course, the work our Extreme Team is doing at Miriam's House is still in progress.
Yeah, Mark Peterson gives us an update on all the work being done ahead of the big reveal.
Well, today it was all about the flooring. Caruso Floors, the LVT that's put down now. This is going to last forever. It's going to be great. Band Construction came in, did the texturizing. Now we're doing the painting and getting that ready with the Rada Miller paint. And of course, our wonderful Horizon Credit Union volunteers that do a great job. Say hi. Hi. There. All right, and I'm sitting on this floor. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm crisscross applesauce. I can still do that. Down in the basement, we worked starting early this morning at 5 a.m. The Williams Crew concrete guys were in doing the color. So on that plank flooring, all concrete with the coloring, that floor is going to look awesome. But I got to tell you, it wasn't just interior. We worked on the exterior, and this time, it's not my fault.
Okay, I guess it's my responsibility. I did say that there were some opportunities to spruce up the yard, and we have been doing that.
The exterior is looking beautiful, and it's going to get even better as we go through the week, getting to Thursday, our reveal day. But we're trying to get to the point where all the rooms are much like this. So the women transitioning from homelessness and, again, having financial insecurity can move on with their life and transition through Miriam's. It's been a great place and a great project. It continues at the Miriam's House. I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now's Extreme Team.
Well, the trial for the man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump on one of his golf courses wrapped up today.
Hear more about the man convicted, Ryan Ruth, and the verdict coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Balancing work and family on a tight budget can be tough. Spokane College's Head Start program provides safe, affordable childcare to working parents pursuing their education.
Head Start offers free and reduced cost childcare to qualifying families with children up to 5 years. We serve over 700 families throughout Spokane.
Head Start gave me the support to finish my degree with Spokane Colleges.
Through October 15th, Numerica's matching all donations to Head Start up to $10,000. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
This is Monster Jam. Get ready for massive stunts, crazy skills, featuring Gravedigger, Megalodon, and more. Big time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Spokane Arena October 17th through 19th. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it.
We'd be happy to help you.
Making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded.
Extra bucks on the way out.
It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed.
Thanks so much, Eric.
And also, just what the doctor ordered.
Need some help?
Right by your side.
Hi, Alex.
Right when you need us.
I'm gonna go grab that for you. Okay?
Welcome to CVS. Join us.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, a verdict has been reached in the trial of the man accused of trying to kill President Trump in Florida during his presidential campaign last year.
Jurors finding him guilty on all 5 counts, making that decision after 8 days of testimony from 41 witnesses. ABC's Christiane Cordero has more from the nation's capital.
Today, a jury finding Ryan Ruth, the man accused of trying to kill President Trump, guilty. Ruth, who does not have any legal education or experience, represented himself at trial. Secret Service agent Robert Furcano testified at the trial about the day he says he spotted Ruth's AK-47 style weapon poking through the shrubbery while Trump was golfing last year in Florida. Furcano told jurors he fired his service weapon in the direction of the bushes where prosecutors say Ruth had been hiding.
The subject, who did not have line of sight to the former president, fled the scene. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
Furcano testified he found Ruth's rifle and body armor at the location Ruth had used as his perch. The jury also heard from the man who said he spotted Ruth running away from the area and jumping into a car. Ruth called 3 witnesses, including 2 longtime friends, and was cut off multiple times during questioning by U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon. Ruth argued prosecutors did not prove that he intended to harm Trump, saying prosecutors maybe proved that someone was outside the fence with a gun, but the gun was never fired. But prosecutors said the 59-year-old construction worker made 17 trips to scope out Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach, arguing there was no purpose for that trip other than to kill Donald Trump. Ruth declined to testify in his own defense. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, shifting our focus now to our forecast.
Chris Crocker joins us again with a look at those current conditions. Chris?
Well, it is almost sunset as we take a look at downtown Spokane. A beautiful evening, calm conditions, mostly clear skies, even with a little bit of haze on the horizon, and our sunset is at 6:45. High temperatures today, we're running above average, 79 in Coeur d'Alene today. We were in the 70s in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint, 80 in Pullman, and 82 degrees today in Lewiston. It is going to be warmer tomorrow. Here's a look at the highs for Wednesday. We'll be in the 80s in most locations, 92 degrees in the Lewiston area, right around the Spokane area, 81 in Spirit Lake, 84 in Deer Park, 9 Mile, Meade, as well as Spokane Valley, 84 in Hayden and Post Falls and Liberty Lake. And nice bangle. Lots of mid-80s on the map. Here's hour by hour. We're going to start the day off in the 40s, but then we warm up quickly. By the time we're at noon, we're already into the lower 70s with light winds, lots of sunshine, high temperature of 82. 71 is our average high. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
See you then, Chris. Thank you. The Secret Service says it believes it foiled a plot aimed at New York City's telecommunications system. Officials say they tracked threats to multiple locations in New York, empty apartments full of servers. The U.S. Secret Service believes it thwarted that plot with the potential to collapse it entirely. Officials say law enforcement began tracking down threats made to several individuals as early as this spring, prompting an investigation. In several New York apartments, investigators say they uncovered hundreds of servers and more than 100,000 SIM cards, enough equipment to send 30 million anonymous text messages every minute, jamming the area's communication lines. The apartments were otherwise empty.
If we see something that is potentially a threat, we need to be paranoid about running that to ground. Whether it's an email on cyberspace or an Instagram post, or it's somebody out on the street saying something that they shouldn't say that's a threat to our protectee, we run all of those to ground.
The intercepted plot happened in the weeks leading up to the UN General Assembly in New York, where world leaders are now meeting. The Secret Service says it's still working to figure out if they've seized all the equipment as part of this plot and what the group intended to do with it. Investigators say they're also looking into whether there are similar networks in other cities around the country.
Well, Disney is raising prices on the majority of its streaming service plans in the U.S. That includes most Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Select plans. Most plans are increasing by $1 to $3. This is the third time in 3 years Disney has raised streaming service prices in the U.S. The new prices are effective October 21st.
Well, time is running out to get one of those big electric vehicle tax credits. Under President Trump's spending and tax package, the $7,500 federal tax credit for EV buyers ends October 1st. In recent weeks, some buyers have rushed to get deals ahead of the looming deadline. Industry insiders predict that losing the tax credit will likely cause a sharp drop in sales. Automakers could respond to the credit loss with discounts, cashback offers, or reduced production.
Well, the U.S. has a new top-selling beer, and it might come as a surprise. Michelob Ultra has overtaken the previous leader, Modelo Especial, in retail sales by volume, according to reports from Circana. Officials at Anheuser-Busch say this boost was largely helped by the launch of their non-alcoholic Michelob Ultra Zero. Modelo's parent company said the Trump administration's immigration policies have also affected its sales among Latino consumers. Overall, though, the beer industry is struggling. Retail sales for the first half of this year were just under $35 billion. That's a year-over-year drop of roughly 5%. What began as a fun vacation aboard a cruise ship heading to Mexico quickly turned into an unexpected nightmare for one family from Texas.
A woman suffered a medical emergency on board, and the cost to treat her has exceeded $13,000. Troy Kless explains what happened.
For the Baxter family, there's one thing they learned.
Sometimes the trip of a lifetime can become the situation of a lifetime.
This is the paper trail from all expenses paid for Kylie Baxter, who was just 2 days and 5 hours into her first ever cruise with her boyfriend.
So I woke up, I started throwing up blood, unfortunately, and I had passed out on the ground.
Kylie was taken to the onboard emergency room. Then an ambulance took her to a hospital 4 hours away.
I could feel myself kind of going in and out of consciousness. I was very cold and terrified.
Kylie's parents get texts and calls. She's at the hospital, which said it would only take payment before treatment.
But we'll work as far as the $2,500 will take us. I've never heard this in my life.
Several procedures done, and Kylie was eventually released.
How do we get to over $9,000?
We have no idea.
The Baxter family got this itemized bill. In hindsight, the family wishes they looked into travel insurance. We spoke with longtime insurance expert Jeff Rolander.
How much would a travel insurance policy cost?
Yeah, and that's a very good question. And it can differ depending on the provider and the kind of policy that's purchased.
Policies can cost hundreds of dollars and cover medical expenses or the trip itself, a trip that the Baxter family won't forget.
It was an eye-opening experience that I hope prepares other young people.
A GoFundMe has helped recover the costs, but the family hopes others can be prepared to avoid the financial pain.
It was a very, very scary experience, and my main thing that I do want to say is that I really wish I would have gotten the travel insurance.
All right, a couple of health stories to put on your radar today.
Tick-related emergency room visits are on the rise, and another disease spread by an invasive species could end up here. Stay with us.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
BECU has helped Phinney Ridge Painting grow from setting up payroll services to finance. I feel that BECU is fundamentally concerned about me as an individual and my business and all the individuals that work here. They provide a level of connection that other institutions aren't interested in. With BECU, we don't feel like customers. We feel like business partners.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF. This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
The Davenport Hotels invite you to a signature weekend of culinary delights, September 26th through the 28th. Join us for the Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival, taking place in downtown Spokane with multiple events offered throughout the weekend. Purchase any festival ticket and receive a 20% discount code to stay at one of the Davenport properties. Information can be found on the Davenport Hotel Collections website under the Experiences tab. The Pacific Northwest Food and Wine Festival this September, sponsored in part by Windermere Real Estate, BECU, and 4 News Now.
You give Morgan Guillory a puzzle, she won't stop thinking about it until it's solved.
I'm Morgan. I work with the cops. I see the world a little differently.
Did you just try and chase after a sports car?
It was an instinct.
This might be the best day of my life.
Her marriage was a national scandal. She was 16 years old, and he was 51. What was it like to be a child bride? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Well, it's a parasitic illness that's potentially deadly. And in a recent report published by the CDC, experts say Chagas disease should now be considered endemic in the U.S.
While the parasite is mainly found in Mexico, Central and South America, experts believe people in the U.S. may have the disease without knowing it. And without treatment, the illness can be life-threatening. So these are called kissing bugs, and these insects carry a parasite that can cause Chagas disease. And experts say this potentially deadly condition is here to stay in the U.S. Chagas disease is spread when the feces of infected kissing bugs enter a bite or wound or gets into a person's eyes, nose, or mouth.
There are now 32 states where we see kissing bugs, and at least 8 states have reported human infections.
The CDC says there are no drugs or vaccines to prevent Chagas disease, so the best thing you can do is limit contact with kissing bugs. Take measures at home to prevent bug infestations, like sealing cracks and gaps where the insects can get in, and use screens and doors on your windows. Another more common parasite is creating issues for people.
Yeah, emergency room visits for tick bites are at an all-time high. Here's ABC's Nicole D'Antonio with the details.
Ticks are tiny creatures that can spread viruses, parasites, and bacteria. They can be extremely hard to spot because they're tiny, flat, and blend in easily with skin and hair. So how can you protect yourself? When you spend time outside, especially in tall grass or wooded areas, wear long-sleeved, light-colored clothing and tuck your pants into your boots or socks. Use a generous spray of a tick repellent that contains an ingredient like DEET, making sure you cover your full body, including hard-to-reach spots like behind your ears, under the arms, and the back of your knees. Most importantly, do a head-to-toe tick check as soon as you come indoors. Wash your clothes in hot water, and don't forget to check your pets for ticks too. If you do find a tick embedded into your skin, remove it with sterile tweezers in a steady upwards motion. Then clean the area with soap and water and a swab of rubbing alcohol. For symptoms such as fever, chills, a bullseye pattern on the skin, or aches, contact your doctor immediately. They could be a sign of a tick-borne illness like Lyme disease. With this Medical Minute, I'm Nicole D'Antonio.
Well, food allergies affect 1 in 13 children in the U.S.
And that's about 2 students per classroom who face mild to even life-threatening reactions to what they eat. Things like peanuts, eggs, shellfish, and milk. And Spokane Public Schools serves 31,000 meals every day. They track every ingredient to protect these students. Nutrition Services Supervisor Ellen Ramus says the number of allergy plans has increased in the last few years as more families take advantage of free meals.
I actually have seen the last few years an increase in plans that I get questions for, allergens. This year especially, I'm like, oh my gosh, like so many more kids have these diets. But I think part of it might be because they're eating at school now and maybe before they weren't.
But who decides what treatment your child gets in an emergency? Why some parents are choosing a needle-free alternative to EpiPens, and the one thing the district wants them to know if there's an exposure. In a special report tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6.
Our high temperature today back above average. 76, 71 is our average high, and a cool start to the day at 47. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning. For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been making homes more energy efficient and beautiful. And right now, during our anniversary sale, we're offering financing where you can replace up to 10 windows and a patio door for just $199 a month. Or you can add a new roof with the window package for $399 a month. And if you want a trifecta of roof, windows, and new siding, how does $799 a month sound? At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
Looking to earn more on your savings without locking it in a CD? With P1FCU's new bump rate, you can earn up to an extra 2.04% APY on your money market just by using your Ascend checking account. Plus, qualifying Ascend checking accounts earn 3.5% APY on balances up to $15,000. Get more flexibility, better returns, and smarter savings. Visit p1fcu.org/bump. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Touchdown on savings at George Key Kia Spokane. We're clearing out all new 2025 Kias at huge discounts to make room for the new 2026 Kias on the way. Shop over 350 new Kias and score big. Locally owned, family operated, always exceeding your expectations with unbeatable deals and exceptional customer service. Don't miss this chance to save. Visit George Key Kia Spokane off I-90 and Liberty Lake or shop anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Well, here's a quick reminder that Washington's Discover Pass will be sold again starting on October 8th.
It's an affordable way to visit the many natural parks the state has to offer. This year, the price is going up, or the pass is going up in price, I should say, from $30 to $45. So it will cost you a little more, but you can get a lot of value out of the pass with access to hundreds of recreation sites, 700 water access spots, 33 wildlife areas, and of course, state parks. All right, it was still pretty sunny today, but definitely cooler than what we've been seeing.
Yeah, let's check back in now with our chief meteorologist, Chris Crocker, with a look at the forecast.
Well, we are warming right back up. In fact, here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a warm, sunny Wednesday with temperatures more than 10 degrees above average. Hazy at times. We do have some big fires that have grown in central Washington, and some of that smoke is seeping this way. A strong cold front on Thursday will push even more of that smoke through eastern Washington and north Idaho, and there is a fire weather watch for additional fire danger. Here's what's going on, tracking our weather pattern. Right now, we're under the influence of a ridge of high pressure made for a beautiful day today, brought our temperatures back up around average, and we'll be even warmer tomorrow before we start to see some changes. Our ridge begins breaking down. That's going to allow a strong cold front to move through on Thursday into Friday morning. Here's Friday morning at 6 a.m. We are going to get a pretty good breeze along with this front into the overnight on Friday, and we're also going to bring in some of that wildfire smoke. But the real concern with this front is going to be an increase in fire danger during the day on Thursday with those gusty winds. It is going to drop our temperatures, 80s for the next couple of days, and then we're down to 70 degrees on Friday, which is just about average. We warm back up into the mid-70s for Saturday and Sunday, and then slip below average early next week. And that does come along with the hope for a little bit of precipitation Monday and into Tuesday. Meanwhile, back to the winds. Calm conditions on Wednesday. Thursday, things pick up. 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds at their peak with the potential for up to 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Those winds will be coming in the late afternoon and evening. Breezy on Friday, but not as windy as Thursday, and of course quite a bit cooler, and then things calm down heading into a pretty nice weekend. There's that fire weather watch for Thursday afternoon and evening for strong wind gusts as well as low relative humidity. Kind of the last thing we want to see as we get closer to the end of fire season. A day of fire weather watch is not a good thing. That's for Thursday. Then things cool off heading into Saturday or Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we're in the mid-70s, and there's that chance of rain, a 20% chance on Monday, but up to a 40% chance on Tuesday. Overnight lows, a lot of 40s. Cooler at night, which is nice, Kirsten.
Helps with sleeping for some of us. Thank you, Chris. NASA announced the 10 people selected from a pool of 8,000 applicants who will join the agency's astronaut corps.
This is another step in NASA's race to return to the moon before attempting an unprecedented crewed mission to Mars. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on the astronauts and the upcoming mission.
NASA is aiming to make another giant leap for mankind by sending a crewed mission to the moon and eventually to Mars.
Some of you may take humanity's first steps on the red planet of Mars. All of you will carry forward missions that today exist only in our dreams. But together, we're going to make these dreams a reality.
Artemis 2, a test mission that will fly around the moon, is planned to launch no later than April 2026, according to NASA, and is intended to help confirm the systems and hardware needed for deep space exploration by humans.
We are going back to the moon to establish a sustained presence. The crew there on the surface of the moon will be trying to figure out how to live off the land.
Even though the 4 astronauts for that mission have already been chosen, some of the crew members headed to Mars in the future could include any of NASA's 10 newest astronauts introduced on Monday. Among the candidates are former military, a geologist, and mechanical, aerospace, and biomedical engineers.
With upcoming exploration missions, we are pushing the boundaries of human performance. And the lessons that we learn are going to help us to excel not just in space, but in areas of human health here on Earth.
During their 2-year training, the astronauts will learn about NASA's history and vision for the future, and will take classes in geology and in water survival and space health. Upon completion, the new class will join the 48 other members of the space agency's astronaut corps and become eligible for flight assignments. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
So cool. Before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses, and now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
This week, all CalCars locations are closing out the month with huge savings to help you upgrade your ride.
Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
And $44 down is all you need. This week at Cal.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. But they all just fade away. But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
I'm Sean Tracy. I first started working at Tracy Jewelers for my dad.
I am Leo Tracy. I'm Sean's old dad.
Dad approached me and said one time they needed some extra hands on the bench. I was 15, sweeping the floors. I realized that that's what's in my blood and what I really enjoy doing.
It's been in the Tracy family for 75 years and 3 generations. Dad started Tracy Jewelers.
I think he'd be thrilled to see that we've gone 75 years and just that the community in Spokane rallies around their businesses and really supports them.
Dad, I'm sure, would be tickled to death, and Mom, too.
The Scale House Market is unique because Spokane didn't have some kind of a permanent structure for a farmer's market.
I want to see as many community members as we possibly can out here enjoying all of the different vendors and farmers and food producers.
Our members are other community members, the families that will be eating here. All of it is vital to how we make partnerships.
I am most excited to bring our famous whole milk to the Scale House Market. What I hope that people attending the Scale House Market will gain is that agriculture is central to this region.
When's the best time to get a new Camry or Corolla at Findlay Downtown Toyota? Right now, at the end of summer, when Toyota offers great deals on all remaining 2025 models and incredible lease options this week at Findlay.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
4 News Now is brought to you by Some Like It Hot. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, the Mariners have a chance to clinch a playoff spot tonight. Full highlights of their game against the Colorado Rockies, and if they'll be heading to the postseason for the 2nd time in 4 years. Tonight on Nightside, starting at 11 o'clock.
Ooh, that's exciting. 82 degrees tomorrow and sunshine. Changes arrive late in the day, Thursday into Friday. Cooler weather, breezy, and we're keeping an eye on air quality as those winds may bring in some wildfire smoke.
And as we all know, fall has officially started, and that means Halloween is fast approaching. Starbucks is getting into the Halloween spirit with this new line of spooky, glow-in-the-dark drinkware. The 5 limited edition cups and tumblers feature glow-in-the-dark finishes and 3D textures. They come in black, purple, and white, and they range in price from $15 to $30, but prices and availability may vary based on location. That one's just for you, Derek.
You saw me? No. Did you see me shaking my head as you were reading it? Is that why you said that?
No, I just know you're a pretty recent coffee drinker.
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant the husky purple. Like that one is definitely not for him.
That's for sure. All right, thank you so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6. Don't forget to come back for Nightside starting at 11 o'clock.